Let's go from this to this. You guys loved this full beat makeup look, and we are going to recreate it today using all of the Science of Pretty products. Let's get started. This morning, I double cleansed my face and I used all three of our hydrating products, starting with the toner, then the moisturizer, then the oil over that. And that is full skin prep for this makeup and what is recommended for sure. I also went ahead and did my eyebrows because this is only going to be 10 minutes. And quite frankly, this look is going to take up every bit of that. I'm going to be using every Science of Pretty product that we have. And we're going to start with underpainting. Notice how it gets lighter toward the mouth. I don't need a lot of highlight down here. And if you are struggling with the highlight in this area, just stop it right at the nostrils and you should be fine. It just depends on the shape of your face. I've wiped off the tip here and I'm gonna go in and give myself some underpainting contour in all the usual places, and use the Siren brush to blend it all in. The highlighter is blended in. Now I'm going to go straight in to my contour. This contour color does take a little bit of practice. If you're still doing your makeup in the bathroom, this is probably not the right makeup look for you. This makeup is going to require a little bit of finesse and a little bit of practice, especially for the full glam look. Our resting rich face looks are much easier to achieve with low skill. And you could probably be doing your makeup in your car if you're using the products that we use for our simple, quick and clean looks. But I don't necessarily recommend that. I'm just saying that if you're going to be using it all and you're kind of an all-in girl, then you definitely want to get yourself a vanity mirror and get out of the bathroom, because there's too many reflective surfaces in there and you're just not seeing your face clearly enough. I'm going right over this with the foundation, then applying the foundation just like I would if I didn't have underpainting on at all. But my touch is a little bit lighter with the brush because I don't want to disturb everything underneath. So I'll just lighten up my pressure and the friction that I apply to my face with the Siren brush to make sure that I stay highlighted and contoured. Okay, I'm going to use the setting powder underneath my eyes and take it all the way underneath. Since we are doing a full makeup look around the eye, I want to take the powder with just the tip of the sponge all the way underneath the eye. That's going to protect from fallout and keep the mascara from transferring underneath your eyes. As your body heats up throughout the day, a lot of you are getting black smudges under your eyes. And if you just take your powder out a little bit, but not onto the cheek, just under the eye, you'll give yourself an extra layer of protection there. All right, now we're gonna set the contour areas with the warm matte powder in our dispenser brush. It needs a little tap to make sure that the powder is flowing freely through the little sponge applicator. If you're having any troubles with your warm matte dispenser brush, just give it a bang on the edge of the counter. Okay, and that's going to give us back a really nice bronzy glow. I love the way that looks. Now, to achieve that eye look, we're going to layer on a little bit more of this and do it kind of as a liner all the way around the eyes. Then we're going to go over that with the bronze cream powder, and then we're going to add in a little bit of the blush. I'm using kind of a short, stubby brush that is fairly flat, and I'm just going to color in my entire eyelid. So I'm going to go all the way to the crease with just the littlest bit of the contour color. And I'm pulling it off of the wand here. That way I can control the product. Controlling your product is the key to having really good makeup. And it's also going in really light, small layers and not trying to get it all done in one fell swoop. Go back to the makeup and apply another layer instead of trying to apply as much as you think you need in the first go round. Once you've got the lid done, we're going to take it up into the crease And we're gonna just, that looks like starting right in the crease above where you just colored in your eyelid. And then we're just going to do the rainbow motion and then judge your placement by pulling yourself away from the mirror and opening your eyes. Don't judge yourself like this and compare one to the other. Open your eyes, look at yourself, and then ask yourself if they're even. I think I need a little bit more on this side, and I want to keep my eyes kind of open while I do that so that I can see how far up it needs to go. And this is a trick in dealing with hooded eyes and aging skin, is just learning how to do your makeup in a different way than you're used to. Sometimes it's your body mechanics that need to change. Sometimes it's the tilt of your head. But to change things and do things differently, you need to set up a date with yourself and practice when it doesn't matter. I've added a little bit underneath the eye, still pulling off the wand. Just go right on top of the bottom baby lashes and go all the way from tear duct and make sure that the color connects on the ends. Now I'm going to apply the bronze cream shadow right over the lid, but I'm going to keep it out of the crease. You can see the little sheen that we have there now. And to get it on there, this is called packing, where you're kind of tapping it on there and pressing with just a little bit of a sideways motion, trying to get the product off of the brush and onto your eye, but it's not a full sweeping motion. I'm also adding the bronze cream shadow right on top of what I did on the bottom. And this layering effect is just going to soften all of these colors and kind of give you a new shade. Now I'm switching to a fluffier brush, and I'm going to use my Ugly Duckling blush, and I'm going to go in and just soften the top. This is a very, very light motion that I'm applying, very light friction. And you can see it doesn't take much just to soften that crease area and make a transition between the dark to the brow bone. And I'm going to take that all the way up. I just want that barely there pink color because it's going to blend nicely with the cheek color and the lip color, giving you a really soft look. With the same big fluffy brush, I'm going to put some just on the edge, and I'm going to soften everything under here. You almost don't even want to see it. You just look at the difference. Like, it just gave it this barely pink tint, where over here it still looks a little sharp and dark. And we just want to kind of pull it down a little bit. Don't be afraid to bring your bottom eyeliner down a little bit when you're doing a smoky eye. When you keep it sharp, it looks harsh and it takes away the attention from the whites of the eyes to the iris. I'm applying our Ugly Duckling blush to my cheeks, and then I'm going to put the lip gloss right on top of that after I use the Siren brush to just soften the edges a little bit. That's going to give me a little bit of a highlight look, and you really shouldn't see the magic until you turn your face and kind of move your face, and be sure you're doing that for yourself in your lighted mirror at your vanity, that you're looking at yourself the way that other people see you, which is often from a profile. Lining my lips with the blonde brow powder and a lip brush. It's a very subtle look, and then I'm going to top this with a little bit of the blush and the gloss. Because the blush is a bit on the dry side, that's what gives it its longevity, I'm going to use my finger to really push it into my lips. This also gives the gloss something to stick to and makes it last a little longer. You should get up to 6 hours of wear with this gloss if you apply it with a lip brush, and you want to start at the edge of the lips and apply it over the blonde brow powder before finishing up on the fattier parts of the lip, and you want a nice thin dry layer. Going back in with some Quick Fix to brighten up underneath my eyes and a little bit just below the brows. Just using my finger to dab that out. I've applied mascara and the look is complete.